How are you guys doing today? So my name's Sam Schmidt here. I'm one of the graduates here at Reach. And they asked me to come out and do a country song about kind of moving on as everyone here today is doing. So we're going to do a Trace Atkins song. Staring out the window of that SUV, complaining, saying I can't wait to turn 18. She said I'll make my own money and I'll make my own rules. I'ma put the car in park right there in front of school. And she kissed his head, said I was just like you. But you're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days they hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. Before you know it, she's a brand new bride in a one-bedroom apartment her daddy stops by. He tells her it's a nice place. She says it'll do for now. Starts talking about babies and buying a house. Daddy shakes his head, says, baby, just slow down. You're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days they hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. Oh, you're gonna miss this. 5 years later, there's a plumber working on the water heater. Dogs barking, phones ringing. One kid's crying, one kid's screaming. And she keeps apologizing. He says they don't bother me. I've got 2 babies of my own. One's 36. 23. And I know it's hard to believe, but you're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days they hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now. Yeah, you may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. You're gonna miss this. Thank you guys so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of our national anthem as performed by our own Sam Schmuck-Huber. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. You look amazing. Welcome to Reach Cyber Charter School's first commencement ceremony class of 2019. My name is Leanne Ritchie, and I am the lead principal of Reach Cyber Charter School. And I would like at this time to welcome to the podium our distinguished CEO, Mrs. Jane Swan.
Welcome. You all look fabulous. What a fantastic night. Welcome, Board President, Mr. David Taylor. Welcome to the Reach leadership team. Welcome teachers, staff, Reach family and friends, and most importantly, the class of 2019. This is your night. I feel like a proud mama right now. I am just so proud of every single one of you. Do you know that just by the very nature of you being here, that you have a purpose in this world? You have a gift to share. You have a privilege to be part of this world. I know that by your connectedness and by how much you collaborate and how much you just love one another, that you are going to do great things in this world. And I am so proud. Make sure you take some time tonight to be present. I know you all want to think about what's going to happen later tonight or tomorrow or perhaps in a couple of months when you go to college or when you start that first job or when who knows what you're doing. But tonight I would like you to be present. Listen to the words of the teachers and the people who are going to be saying things to you. Our wonderful founding board president, Mr. David Taylor, has some words just for you that he prepared tonight. Our wonderful Aaron and Ben and Amaya and Julia and Kylie and Natasha are all going to have things to say to you that they really, really want to share. So be in the moment, be present, and know that I am so forever grateful and thankful for all of you. Let's get started.
It is my great honor to welcome to the stage and to the podium our very first valedictorian of Reach Cyber Charter School, Aaron Reedus. Please come up. So let me tell you a little bit about Aaron before he takes the mic here. He's not only the valedictorian of Reach, but he is also the founder and president of the Gender Sexuality Alliance Club. He was in the National Honor Society at a previous Connection school and was inducted into the Reach National Honor Society member once he transferred here. He was also a Science National Honor Society member for nearly 2 years. He's been working as a tutor for a few years while leading elementary and secondary mentoring programs. When he's not busy with his work, his school, or his clubs, he enjoys reading, photography, biking, helping others, banking, singing, and listening to music. Looking ahead, it's his goal to become a registered nurse. He finds that helping others is one of the most gratifying experiences life has to offer, and is convinced that the past few years have helped him to realize that. Your valedictorian, Aaron.
Hello. Hello. Each and every student comes here today hopeful, perhaps scared too. It is this point in our lives where we take that next step. Every decision matters from here on out, as every decision can change the path of our lives. Tonight is yet another milestone on the path to our future. As a Reach student, I know how important school and choice is. You never know the value or importance of having this freedom until you find out how much you need it. Virtual education is still so new that it's not the societal norm. Most parents don't say, I can't wait until they're old enough to go to kindergarten so I can put them in virtual school. Most of us are admitted to our local brick and mortar school at first, and while virtual education is an alternative, to all of us, it became the solution. I've taken advantage of this educational option for 5 years now. Academically, I've done well for the past 5 years, despite all of the personal challenges I've had to face. In fact, my academics have been the only consistent success stories that I've had to share in the past 5 years. Due to my being in this educational setting, I've had access to an endless amount of resources specifically offered at Reach. Aside from the extracurricular opportunities, Reach uses an award-winning curriculum that encourages students to develop a love for learning. Yet another way school choice has afforded me educational success. The teachers greatly contribute to this process. They were a vital part in me finding who I am as an individual, and it just goes to show the impact that teachers and counselors have on their students' personal development. I've almost never had a teacher who was unwilling to help me or accommodate my unique needs. Without having such inspired teachers, I wouldn't have been able to become such a motivated and inspired student, and I would have never realized my abilities. Thanks to Connections, I've taken AP courses in my freshman year, several honors level courses, summer courses, and even studied Taiwanese, most of which have allowed me to graduate early. As most know, students often come to this educational setting when something in their prior atmosphere just wasn't working for them. Specifically, students who have been bullied, have health issues, or rigorous post-graduation goals can find great resources in a school like Reach. We truly get out what we put into this school. The hardest part for most students is learning to be extremely self-aware. We must be able to identify when help is necessary. Conversely, we must reach out to staff to indicate that we're in need of their assistance. They don't always know that we're struggling unless we communicate it. This is such an important skill that we can use in both personal and professional relationships for the rest of our lives. As a student at Reach, I chose to attend a cyber school that had resources available to give me the best possible education and experiences. When evaluating my school choice options, I did all of the Googling, the phone calls, the comparisons, all in order to discover which school would best suit me. One resource that has been extremely beneficial for me is the guidance department, which I was taking advantage of even before I became a student. The guidance staff especially provides individualized support with a goal in mind to help all students reach their educational and personal goals. I found this to be true very quickly. Students really have a voice, and the school really does listen. Case in point, I realized that our school required a place where the LGBTQ plus student population can feel safe and valued. Hostile school climates can negatively affect students' educational success and overall well-being. When I came to the school, they validated my suggestion with the overwhelmingly receptive response from them and their managers. GSA was exactly the resource that would add a new dimension to Reach Cyber Charter School, but it also added a new dimension to my life, my extended family. I've organized a lesson with Connections Academy counselors and school counselors from all across the country in which we discuss ways to get GSA started in other Connections Academy schools nationwide. Our GSA gives its members a safe atmosphere to be heard, valued, and appreciated. Growing this program has been a source of great pride, and it's just one way that Reach allows its students to prosper educationally and personally. It's because of school choice that each of us has been able to learn, connect, and now graduate in a safe environment. I encourage you to find your passion and make your mark, dedicating yourself to whatever matters most. We are a varied group of individuals with more reasons than one for choosing Reach, but one thing that we all have in common is that we're teenagers. The word teenagers leaves a bad taste in most adult mouths, doesn't it? Everyone hates us. We're erratic, we're mouthy, we're too obnoxious, we're too selfish, we want too much, we need too much, we eat too much. But we are children. We are children who have been through more than what some would deem fair, and you can find this out very easily by talking to us, just as I am now. If you see through the moodiness, the irritability, all of these children actually can teach life, love, loss, and pain. Looking back, I came to Reach asking for student-level support. In return, they gave me an excellent advisor, Mrs. Bridget McDonald, that has moved heaven and earth to help as many people as possible. And to that, I don't want to ever stop. The whole students being uplifted by students and staff, be it at any club or even anywhere else. One example of support is from Mrs. Rachel Parker, Director of Counseling at Reach. During a conversation, I told her the following. See, sympathy is something that almost everybody has, but empathy, that ability that allows you to feel what other people are feeling, you gotta lock on that trick. This is not your job. I would say it's your calling. You are by far the most compassionate and conscientious counselor I've ever had the privilege of working with. Like Bridget, you're here for the right reasons, for the kids. You care. I feel as though I could say the same for all or most of the Reach staff members, and it's a truly overwhelming experience. I truly hope that each of you has felt supported this year as I have, and if not, make connections in your next stage of life so that you can start to build those meaningful systems of supports. My time at Reach and with Connections Education truly has been one that I will take with me for the rest of my life. I've been challenged and inspired. I've met people who genuinely care for their students and love what they do. And as a result, I became the same way in my work. To anyone considering a decision that can make or break you, go for it. It's much better knowing than it is wondering. And when decision-making comes to our education, we don't realize the impact of our education and the implications that it has. Many don't take advantage of their time in primary and secondary school. Don't fall into that statistic. Be the one that takes charge of your education and get the experience that can enable you to fulfill your career and life goals, not just in high school, but in years to come. It can change your life, because it changed mine. Thank you. The students in the top 10% of the class were given the opportunity to write a speech for graduation. Quite a few students submitted speeches, so many in fact that we decided to make a video, showcasing the different stories and experiences that exist in our school. We hope you enjoy the video.
The following students were those who were in the top 10% of their class and submitted speeches for the ceremony. All of their submissions were so personal and impactful that we decided to make a video so all of their stories could be heard.
Good evening, teachers, REACH staff, parents, and fellow students. I'm immensely grateful to be a part of the REACH Cyber Charter School family. By me attending this school, I've been able to work on my career path as an entertainer, entrepreneur, author, and many other gifts and talents that haven't been discovered. Hearing about how scary high school was from my peers, it gave me some bit of anxiety, but this school rapidly took it away. As far from my peers, we're going to take the world by storm. Even though we'll experience storms throughout our new lives, just know that rainbows are always at the end, no matter what. Cheers to us being change makers and living our purpose to impact our future in the best way possible.
REACH Cyber Charter School was what seemed like a last resort for me when traditional school wasn't working out. It felt like my life was falling apart and that my future was lost. When I started REACH, to be honest, I was hesitant. I didn't know what to think or if online school was for me. But within the first interaction I had with the staff, I felt a spark of hope. For the first time, I knew what it was like to have teachers that genuinely cared about me and wanted me to do well. Even when my mental health was failing or during family emergencies, the school has made me feel like I was going to be okay. Regardless of the struggles and obstacles we've all faced, I think we can all agree that the people at REACH have been there to hold us up when we feel like we're falling down. Although I love learning, there were always obstacles in the way. Cyber education has provided a flexibility that allows students to learn at their own pace. Whether you have a job, family, or just prefer sleeping in, cyber school caters to all of our needs. I'm able to take interesting courses at the level of difficulty I choose. I don't have to worry if I take a little longer or faster to finish a course. Cyber education allows us to learn and explore with realistic expectations. Education is knowledge, and that knowledge is power. Our true power comes from within, and no one can take that away from us. So there's nothing stopping us from reaching for the stars.
I want you, my fellow classmates, to succeed in life and give the world the best possible you. Whether that be the best auto mechanic, or the best politician, the best teacher, or the best plumber, whatever it may be, I challenge you to be the best. Because even if the world does not recognize your hardships and your success, I want you to be the hero of your own story. History is filled with heroes of their own specific situations that are never recognized. For example, Witold Pilecki. He was a Polish soldier who snuck into Auschwitz and tried to free the prisoners there. Unfortunately, he was unable to, for he needed assistance outside of the gates, but help never came. So he escaped with paper proof of the horrific events that were occurring, but nobody believed him. He was prisoner number 4859, and in history's eyes, he was a hero. But obviously not everybody can be this hot shot that accomplishes such a heroic deed. Because, after all, most of us are just going to be plumbers or teachers. But that doesn't matter. Because I want you to perform heroic deeds, no matter how small they may seem. That plumber, he just saved a couple from thousands of dollars in water damage. And that teacher, he's teaching the future kids of America how to be heroes of their own stories. REACH has helped us to become heroes of our own stories by allowing us to strive in our own unique ways. We can work at our own different paces, wear whatever clothes we want in order to feel comfortable or motivated to work. We are able to shape our education the way we want it to be. The opportunity of graduating from an online school has only helped us to become heroes. So even if we're not all Witold Pilecki, prisoner 4859, we can all be those lesser-known soldiers who helped turn the tide of World War II, who invaded Normandy, who liberated France, those who helped take down the Nazi regime. We can all be heroes. Thank you.
Throughout the time I was a student at Reach, I was able to grow as a person. I didn't have to focus on who had the best shoes, who was best dressed, or how I could fit in. I was able to focus on me. High school is the time to figure out who we are and who we are not, and attending Reach Cyber Charter School allowed me to do just that. I am someone who likes memes maybe a bit too much. I am someone who loves my pizza dipped in ranch. I am someone who does not like wearing makeup, and let me just say, I am not a morning person. Reach also showed me that change is okay, and my oh my how I've changed in the last 4 years. Definitely a bit more outgoing, and fair warning, I could be super talkative at times, but that's me. And I'd rather be me than try to be someone else to fit in, you know? During my time in high school, I brought this amazing little guy into the world, my son. He is part of the reason I push, and he gives me a lot of motivation. Attending Reach made being a mom easier, and let me just say, being a mom is not easy at all. As well as making everyday mommy life less nerve-wracking, attending Reach allowed me to have a job. I'm not saying McDonald's made me rich or anything like that, but payday was what we would say lit. Believe it or not, 4 months ago I sat on my bed telling myself there's no way I could do this. I admit it, we've all been there at least once in the last 4 years, but each and every one of us made it here today. And I want all of you to know that I'm beyond proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2019.
I don't know about you, but I love being able to go to school in sweatpants and slippers. I can put on makeup if I want, or not. I can brush my hair if I want, or not. I'm not too fond of having to unload the dishwasher or fold my laundry in the middle of the day, which I wouldn't have to do at a brick and mortar school, but I wouldn't have my dog at my feet while taking a test either. I'm so grateful for the wonderful teachers I've encountered here at Reach. They've been supportive and available when I need their help. They truly want us to succeed. We have the tools we need because of their support, as well as the support of our families. My time at Reach has been an experience I will never forget. I'm so thankful for this school, for what I've learned academically and about life. It's so wonderful to be part of the very first graduating class here, and I know all of my fellow graduates share this sentiment. In conclusion, I will leave you with a small portion of a speech RM from BTS made at the United Nations General Assembly last year. Yesterday's me is still me. Today, I am who I am with all my faults and my mistakes. I've come to love myself for who I am, for who I was, and for who I hope to become. Love yourself, hope the best for yourself, and make it happen.
Hey, you'd stand. Good evening. I'm Michael Hinshaw. I am the assistant principal, one of the assistant principals for our high school, and it is my honor tonight to present our salutatorian, Benjamin Slider. Benjamin, if you could come on up here to the podium, and Aaron also, if you're down here, you want to come on up. Come on up. This is your night. You can stand here, wherever. So I'll tell you a little bit about Benjamin. So Benjamin has been accepted to Westchester University, and he will be majoring in history, as you could kind of see from his presentation. He's been taking AP social studies courses since 9th grade, and he plans to become a high school teacher, which is an awesome thing. So thank you so much. You guys would like to go have a seat next to Jamie. If you can have a seat on the stage, both of you. Walk on down. So, Reach is honored to recognize our graduates who have achieved academic performance in the top 10% of the senior class. please stand when your name is called. And then remain standing until we tell you to sit down, okay? It's a big honor. Okay, George Booz. We out here? All right, Samantha Brown. Ellen Byers. Genesis Camacho. Allison Davis. Jelena Edwards. Caroline Fitz. Peyton Fulton. Skyla Funk. Julia George. Jessica Gibson. Sydney Hunter. Rebecca Lenko. Naila Lowry. Lauren Mateus. Amina Monaco. Joshua McNair. Amaya Meekins. Karen Ott. Aaron Reedus. Ricky Rietzel. Laura Showers. William Sienna. Benjamin Slider. Kylie Stewart. Nicole White. Danico Williams. Thank you so much. Great work. Great, great work. Amazing.
Let's give them one more round of applause. You guys can be seated. Good evening, I'm Alicia Swope. I'm Alicia Swope. I'm the other assistant principal at the high school. We would also like to take this time to honor the first inductees of the graduating class of the National Honor Society. Please stand when your name is called and then remain standing until you're asked to be seated. We have Ellen Byers, Caroline Fitz, Julia George, Peyton Fulton, Jessica Gibson, Amaya Meekins, Elena Norris, Aaron Reedus, Ben Slider, Kylie Stewart, and Katrina Tynan. Congratulations, you can be seated. It is my honor to welcome to the podium tonight our STEM Education Manager, Mr. John McMurray, who will introduce this evening's commencement speaker.
Okay, how exciting it is to be here as the STEM Education Manager at Reach Cyber Charter School. Unfortunately, right now, I'm looking for the introduction to our board president. Perhaps maybe our co-drone could help us out tonight. All the way over here. Come on over here, co-drone. Now, kids, don't try this at home, but if you do, all the way over here. I'm looking for the introduction here. Come on. I'm not going to jump for it. Woo! Feels good. Here it comes. Right here. All right. Here we go. So let's have the co-drone turn around. We're going to have the co-drone turn around and take pictures of you. Ready? We're going to do that. On the count of 3, put your thumbs up. Ready? Thumbs up, smile, big smile. Woohoo! Thank you, Mr. Smith. Appreciate it very much. All the way over there in the corner. Let's let that baby land. Mr. Smith runs one of our STEM camps. Kids love that. Fantastic. Okay. So now I have your list here, David. How exciting it is. David N. Taylor is the president and CEO of Pennsylvania Manufacturing Association, the statewide trade organization representing the manufacturing sector in Pennsylvania public policy process. Now in his 22nd year with PMA, Taylor is the association's chief spokesman at the state capitol in Harrisburg and in the media. Prior to joining PMA, David worked in the United States Senate and the Senate of Pennsylvania. A frequent sought guest commentator, David is regularly quoted by media outlets across the Commonwealth and around the world. He is the host of PMA Perspective, a statewide weekly half-hour television program on the Pennsylvania Cable Network, and Cable Watch, a twice-monthly news and commentary program on Lincoln Radio Journal, which is heard on more than 90 radio stations across Pennsylvania. David is the board member of PMA Association and the Pennsylvania Steel Alliance, the Foundation for Free Enterprise Education, the Business Industry Political Action Committee, the Pennsylvania Leadership Council, and the Lincoln Institute for Public Opinion Research. A native of Huntington, PA, David is the graduate of Dickinson College, where he's majored in history and dramatic arts. He's a longtime supporter of the Gamut Theater Group in Harrisburg, and he's also a member of the Central Pennsylvania Mensa. Lastly, but certainly not least, David is the president of our school board here at REACH. I am proud to introduce to you tonight David Taylor.
All right, thank you very much, John, and hello to the class of 2019. I am so grateful to be with you today to share in this happy occasion the first graduating class of REACH Cyber Charter School. There's a phrase I heard recently that I have come to love, and that phrase is, gratitude sanctifies. It means that we make holy those things for which we are grateful. And the more I reflect on that thought, the more it resonates with me. Gratitude sanctifies. And so today we have much to be grateful for. First of all, I am grateful for our school, that it exists and that it could offer a personalized educational experience for each one of you to bring you to this day. I'm grateful for the technology that powers our school and our partners who make it possible. And I'm grateful to Jane and our senior staff and my fellow school board members for their leadership in building and sustaining our school. But most of all, I am grateful for the very special people who are here with you today who take the greatest personal pride in your success, your teachers and learning coaches. Please show them how much you appreciate them. This commencement is a beginning for you, whether it is pursuing a place in the workforce, the armed forces, a professional certification or associate's degree, or college or university. Our goal has always been to prepare you for your journey. We are dedicated to your success, and we believe in you. So, this is the part where I'm supposed to give you advice. There is so much to say, but I will try to keep it simple. 3 things. First, choose to live your life with your brain turned on. Please, please. Don't just sleepwalk through life as too many people do. I challenge you to actively engage with the world. Never stop learning. Harness your curiosity and your interests to power your journey of discovery. Exercise your citizenship by playing your role in our American system of representative self-government. And above all things else, pursue your best self and do the hard work of honest self-assessment, self-reflection, and self-improvement. As has been said before, life is not a dress rehearsal. Seize the moment, make it count. Second, choose to be kind to everyone. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Young people, believe me, the wheel keeps turning. The wheel keeps turning, and you never know the circumstances under which you may encounter someone from your past. When that happens, you will want to be the one who treated that person with kindness and respect. Exercise patience, especially with difficult people. Some of them will grow wise in time, recognize their shortcomings, and improve themselves. They will remember your kindness and be indebted to you. Seek to understand where someone else is coming from. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them or accept their behavior, but everyone is going through their own struggles. So be sure you consider that and try to understand. Because even though it won't guarantee that others will respond in the same spirit, being kind is good for you. You'll feel better, and it will make you a better person. Third, choose to seek truth. Ask why. Keep asking until you receive a satisfactory answer. Oftentimes, people have forgotten the underlying reasons for things, and being asked will help to remind them. Learn history. It is said that the only thing that is new in the world is the history you haven't learned yet. The world did not start this morning. So, you will need to know how things came to be if you want to understand where we are going. As a philosopher once said, never tear down a wall until you first understand why it was built. Seek truth. Ask why. Never stop. So, it is my hope that if we have prepared you well, and if you spend your journey actively engaging the world and being kind and seeking truth, your journey will bring you, after many years, to a life well lived, full of purpose and abundant with honor and joy and the satisfaction of having made the world a better place. I am profoundly grateful for the privilege of being with you today as you begin that journey. Go get 'em, class of 2019.
Board President David Taylor, it is my honor and duty to certify that the graduates sitting before you have met the standards established by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Board of Trustees of the Reach Cyber Charter School.
Thank you, Mrs. Ritchie. I accept.
And now the fun begins.
We will now begin the moment you have all been waiting for. First row of graduates, please stand. We're going to start with our valedictorian, Aaron Reedus. Aaron Reedus, please come to center stage. Well done, Aaron. And now our salutatorian, Benjamin Slider. All right. Ricky Ritzel. And Joshua, 1 second. Joshua McNair. Go ahead to the center stage. You're doing great. Thank you. Michelle Bowser. Caitlin Albright. Noah Almanzar. Asana Lee Aponte. Katana Bear. Jessica Barr. Sadiq Bell. Dominic Blanco. Jessica Burnaby. Kristen Bradshaw. Can you go tell Sarah a minute, like the teachers what they're supposed to do? Hi again. Edward Branch. Maya Brinker. LaShawn Brown. Samantha Brown. James Brune. Darian Caputo. Anthony Chobar. Did I say that right? Francis Kalan. Ajane Crew. Anijah Crew. I knew that. I had a moment. Cameron Daniels. Allison Davis. Ridwan Davis. Stephen Dianora. Caroline Fitz. Alicia Eisenberg. Peyton Fulton. Brianna Geibel. Julia George. Emma Goins. Lauren Griffiths. Jamie and Hicks. Sydney Honecker. Ramy Garcia. Yeah.
Ben Horton.
Shineen Glover. Sydney Hunter. Great job on your video. Oh, take a deep breath. Natasha Lynn King. Take your time. Aries Kuhn. Bianca Laspina. Haley Lesnar. Rachel Levering. Oh, Maria, it's nice to meet you. Maria Lewinsky. Naila Lowry. Grace Lucas. Sierra McNew. Kayla Meager. Amaya Meekins. Oh, okay, for girls. Sarah Mertz. Gabrielle Minion. Brooklyn Miller.
Taylor Miller.
Teresa Miller. Gabriela Montanez Morales. Mitchell Moyer. Dylan Nelson. Alana Norris. Brianna Newber. Brianna Nunez. Zoe O'Brien. Aliana Ortiz. Brooke Panabaker. Okay, 1 second, Jesse. Jesse, 1 second.
No one even called my name. Like, what am I doing?
All right, I'm going to call your name and then we'll walk across. Take a deep breath. Take the moment in. Jesse Persing. Jillian Purith. Brianna Price. Raven Pope. Joanna Lambden. Olivia Rawls. Michaela Reeves. Abby Richardson. Liana Rivera. Naya Rivera. Kevin Roberts. Zachary Rodriguez. Hold on, how do you say your name? Sabiana Ruiz. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Absolutely. Samuel Schmidt-Huber. Mia Sirkowski. Jonathan Shelkey. Ralph, so great to have you here. You're doing great. Ralph Simmons. You're doing great. Congrats. Sarah Smith. Good job. Thank you for being here. Is it Zion? Zion Spearman. Kylie Stewart. Alexis Stone. Catherine Tillery. Hold on one second, baby. Aliana Toro. Cassidy Tressler. Katrina Tynan. Esther Velez Guebes. Zoe Vogt. Catrice Wagner. Mecca Watkins. Caitlin Weaver. Timothy Welder. Nicole White. Noah Whitney. Janice Williams. Braden Wise. Kyla Savage. Summer Grove. Sarah Ziff. Alexis Mecarello. Ariel Piper. Taylor Villalona. Talia Villalona. If they can come up here so I can, they can say their name in my ear. Nicole Lee Dos Santos. Desiree Spiker. Amy Reams. Radhika Kahar. Maya Ingram. Genesis Camacho. Nakila Fairfax. Brianna Albino Caraballo. Hi, Emma. Emma Harshbarger. Sophia Sims. Karina Patel. Taina Echevarria. And Taina's baby, and Enrique's baby, Enrique de la Mota. William Sina. Melanie Toro. Cameron Hayward Sherman. Kaida Johnson and her baby Jair. Natalia Watson. This is Ajane Farr and her daughter Milan. And for those graduates who could not be here in person, it's being live streamed, and we're going to read their names to you, Mrs. J and Mr. Weedman.
All right. Sarah Al-Sood, Cheyenne Anderson, Kayla Arvello, Devlin Bailey, Jacob Bard, Riley Betty, Andrew Benavides, Tania Benson-Smith, Alexa Benskiffer, Andrew Burson, Garrett Binsfield, George Booz, Hannah Bowser, Tamir Brooks, Ellen Byers, James Maximilian Byers, Janae Calderon Santana, Candace Carroll, Danielle Case, Alexis Cassiano, Dominic Kochi, Brianna Colbert, Thomas Demeter, Demir Dennis, Selena Detterleem, Kiera DeCoupi Murkov, Jelena Edwards, Selena Espinoza, Alexandra Feely, Skylar Figard, Angel Figurski, Nicholas Frommel, Taylor Fuller, Skyla Funk, Jessica Gailey, Riley Garrett, Haley Gaskins, Jessica Gibson, Mystery Gonzalez, Marina Good, Jesse Graham, Madison Grant, Camille Gray, Alicia Heffler, Dominic Hall, Victoria Hanna, James Hawk, Timothy Herring, Brentley Hess, Kushwanda Hines, Lillian Hockensmith, Allison Holland, Teresa Howell, Austin Hughes, Mackenzie Hughes, Ariana Jefferson, Jasmine Jesus, Rhonda Jones, Lorene Kiefer, Grace Kelly, Christian Kennard, Jason Kimmel, Grace Kitzmiller, Rebecca Kaiser, Nicholas Klotz, Corey Kraft, Sydney Craftition, Alyssa Laird, Chase Lawgard, Rebecca Lenko, Jacob Levingood, Lauren Lick, Chad Limley, Ethan Ludwig.
There's another half of the alphabet. Amy Lupica, Shaza Mahmood, Deshaun Matthews, Lauren Mateus, Kelly Macbeth, Madison McCracken, Adrian McKelvey, Nathan McNamara, Nathan Medler, Shane Medvitz, Madeline Marichko, Haley Milrick, Amina Monaco, Dakota Morrison, Sarah Moyer, Jeremy Nadal Santiago, Cassandra Naratil, Cheyenne Neal, Crystal Naris, Isaac Nevin, Zachary Novotnik, Fawn Knowlton, Karen Ott, Callan Ovalis, Brianna Pemberton Masters, Micah Phillips, Juan Pluguez, Willow Pop, Hannah Potter, Jason Price, Matthew Query, Elizabeth Ramsey, Sanaya Randolph, Angelina Rhodes, Michaela Renault, Matthew Rodell, Jayla Saylor, Elizabeth Samasenko, Kaylee Schwartz, Kevin Scott, Trapper Shiflett, Laura Showers, Andrea Smith, Jacob Stevens, Emily Sterling, Miranda Stokes, Leah Thompson, Brett Teague, Madison Toomer, Jonathan Trojan, Julia Velichko, Kenneth Vaught, Ethan Walker, Nicholas Walsh, Natalie Warner, Sean Waters, Nathaniel Washington, Ishmael Washington, Alexander Warren, Christopher Watson, Nyla Whitley, Danica Williams, Tanisha Williams, Theodore Wilson, Drake Woodhams, and Haley Yob. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Class of 2019, if you haven't already done so, move your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating class of Reach Cyber Charter School class of 2019. Congratulations.
Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Graduates, congratulations. Parents, family, everyone who have supported you, you have enjoyed this as much as the kids, and you deserve a round of applause as well. We will be led out of the auditorium by our faculty, followed by graduates. Families, please meet your graduates out in the lobby to celebrate. Thank you and have a safe trip home.